Alright folks, welcome back. Pushing the Potters. We're into I was going to say the high 30s, we're nowhere near. The low 30s. 32 now this episode. You were last with us for that opening game of the Premier League campaign at home to Manchester City. We've played quite a few games since. You can see we followed that up immediately with a 0-0 draw at Norwich. Norwich? No idea why 0-0. We struggled to break them down, to be honest. They just sat there and absorbed all the pressure. Then we went on to play Everton. That was we found a breakthrough late through the goal drought man himself, Moussa Dembele, 84 minutes on the clock. And it was a fortuitous goal at best. You can see a lump forward keeper comes out nowhere and Dembele just sort of heads over him. Lovely stuff. Everton only had one shot in the entire game and it was not on target. So you can't really... I mean, a lot of injuries obviously perhaps disrupted the flow of the game. Shouldn't have, really. Still, 1-0 winners, 3 points in the bag. Much better performance away at Arsenal. A 3-0 win. Gianelli and Bula perhaps with the pick of the goals. At this point, we were already 2-0 up, of course. Lamar found Sisto on the right side. He's been playing well since his move. I say pick of the goals. That was bloody awful, wasn't it? Excuse my French. Headed in and then off the bar. And who knows? It just sort of it bobbled in. It went in. Then we opened our Champions League campaign at home to Fiorentina. A goal that I've not seen yet from Amiri, so let's have a butcher's. And the reason I didn't see it was because I was making changes at the time. Well, I mean, he's poached that, really, hasn't he, offshore across Ryan will be furious, although he's quite happy. And level that, was shaking his fist. Very nice. Then we came home. We only managed a 1-0 win over Sunderland. They were quite dogged, Sunderland, but we did break them down in the 34th minute through Pioni's sister. As I say, he's been excellent for us, a great addition to the side, very useful given Berardi has been injured for some time. But we only managed the one goal. Oh, for some reason, it was a terrible goal, wasn't it? Anthony Mawson cleared it against Sisto and it went in. To think that was the only goal of the game, pretty fortunate perhaps on our behalf. Then we beat West Ham 3-0 at home in the League Cup to progress nicely. A 3-1 win away at Watford. Pioni's sister on the score sheet again. Lovely little addition, as I say. So you can see Alan, he finds Dembele, who threads it through nicely to Lamar, who just leads it into that bottom right-hand corner. Vicarage Road silenced. End of the game. So I thought we'd go with the Dortmund Champions League group game away at Dortmund. Obviously, Dortmund are a big side, huge side in many ways. I mean, they're not had the best of starts. You can see they're 11th. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But their players as well. I mean, they've got Lukaku. They just signed him from West Ham. I mean, I don't know if this is how his career is definitely going to pan out. Because you signed for £15.5 million. I mean, you've been mugged, Mourinho. 75. But £15.5 million, a really good start at West Ham, and then decided to... Well, he just sort of dropped off, and now he's moved to Dortmund. He's yet to score for them. Obviously, he will score against us now. They've also signed Justin Kluivert. They've still got Andre Schürrle. They've got a few players that you recognise. Aubameyang is injured. That's going to be a plus for us. And Marco Reus injured as well. So perhaps missing two of their better players for today's game. So that's a plus. And I reckon we should probably get this underway. So you can see that's how we're going to line up. It's going to be Butland with the black panel. Tellez, Big John, Little John and Trippier. Joe Allen in Bula in the middle as always. Pioni's sister right side, Lamar centre, and Vlasic left with Dembele up front ahead of Milik. Dembele's just having a bit of a run. He's scoring goals, and we're gonna trust him with that. You can see there is Dortmund's team. They're going with Goetze up front with Lukaku. Maybe they'll feed him in. Schürrle on the left side. A few players I don't really like. I do know Kai Havertz and Rafael Guerrero, Matthias Ginter, Mark Barcher, Felix Paslak, and Berkey, but there's not a huge surprise, and the fact that they're 11th, I said I was going to have a quick look at it. I haven't. Apologies, but I mean we're only a few games in, so that's probably a factor. Lovely old ground, and two teams wearing stripes, red and white versus yellow and black. Not a traditional clash, perhaps, but here we go. Bayern. It's not Bayern. It's Borussia Dortmund versus Stoke City. Let's get on. Vlasic does well in the first few minutes. This is going to be a pointless highlight, but we'll commentate over it anyway for laughs, and there it is. We'll never know what occurred from that ball out to Trippier. So 28 minutes played, nothing's happened until now. A corner ball from Stoke. It's crossed in, it's headed away though. Trippier picks it up. There's no one charging him down at all. He's got the freedom of the park to pick his man. That's a good tackle that's fallen against it. Oh, it's another bad decision. Oh, and Dembele should have. I mean, it was a strong block according to that, but it just looked like Dembele missed. I don't know if he was trying to put a swerve on it to bend that into the corner. It didn't happen. Oh, and that surely crossed the line. Goal line techno. What has occurred? We're reviewing that in a minute, unless this goes in. We're having a look. We're gonna have a look at that in just a few minutes when the game's over. But we're piling on the pressure. There's no time to stop now. Headed on. Trippier headed back in. Vlasic blocked. Dembele blocked. Keeper's come out a long way there to make sure it's safe. And Allen does a sensible thing and heads out to play. Oh, what a game we have! Trippier throws it across. Sisto loses out though. Havertz clears. And it's coming. It's just wave after wave. But I say that, and here come Borussia. I was going to call them Bayern again. Mario Götze. He's got Lukaku in the middle. He finds. Well, he doesn't need to. It's an own goal. And Big John scores. It just hits John and goes in. That's a pretty poor way to concede the opening goal after all that pressure that we've had. They've certainly FM'd us. You can see maybe there's a push. That's what I'm going to say. Lukaku pushed Big John onto the ball. Should be a free kick. But we get a highlight straight from the kickoff. It's all action. There's no time to take a breath. Little John finds Mbula. He was the man at fault for the goal, I reckon. He lost the ball in the middle of the park when he shouldn't have. Sisto, Trippier, finds Dembele. Holds it up nicely. Can he find a man? He does. It's Trippier. Down into the middle with Mbula. He can hit them. He chooses not to. Telles to Vlasic to Tommy Lamar. And we're straight back into the game after just a minute. The injustice of the goal that Dortmund scored, taken away. That's much better. Well done. Heads didn't drop. That was key. Telles finds Vlasic. You can see there. Nice pass. And Lamar, he's already winding up the shot before it arrives. And Berkey in goal has no chance with that one. Oh, can we just take a minute now? No, we can't. Lamar, corner ball. Swings it across. 3 men he's looking for. Vlasic finds it. Dembele, it just sort of hits him. Berkey's been in the right place at the right time. Is that good goalkeeping or just fortuitous? I'd say probably a bit of both. And that's half time then. So let's get back out there for that second half. You can see from those stats, we've absolutely dominated the game. It's criminal, really, that they're even in it at this stage, given the chances that we've had and the saves that have been made. Some fortuitous, as I say, well-positioned goalkeeping, but fortuitous saves. I'm already thinking about changes. Lamar, over this free kick, hits the wall. Mbula, can he strike? He does strike, but it doesn't come to anything. It's deflected away. And this is the counter again. I mean, we're playing on counter and we're getting countered like nothing. Look at this. Just look at this. This is awful. I can't really change it up any more than this. I might go on to straight attack. But Dortmund have had 2 shots on target and scored 2 goals. That's a good bit of interplay. And at that point, you can see the man over on the far side. It's never going to end well for us. Mario Götze slots in. And it's that front 3 almost of Schürrle, Götze and Lukaku are giving us a torrid time. We're going to have to move forward through the gears a little bit. We don't deserve to be behind, but we are behind. Here's Joe Allen. He's outmanoeuvred by Kai Havertz. We're losing the battle in all areas. We need to do better. Well done, Trippier. He steps in and Sisto brings it away. Here's Dembele now. Finds the scorer Lamar. Mbula out left of Vlasic. Can he cross? He does. Lamar volleys home. Lovely old job. 2-2. And I don't really know what to do. This is where my inability to decide really does haunt me. I'm not sure whether we should push or just sit. They've obviously come forward twice and scored twice. That's a great technique, that is. He's got no chance of saving that one as Berkey, even if he is in the right place. Lamar makes absolutely no mistake from close range. Dembele's having an absolute shocker. He's done for today. Out comes Arkadiusz Milik to try and get a goal and try and secure us the 3 points. Here we are, just after the hour now. Trippier picks up the goal kick out from Butland, and it's out to Sisto to find Lamar. Milik looks for Mbula, doesn't get there. Trippier, nice ball through to Pione. Sisto, good shot, but well saved by Berkey. Again in a good position. Didn't know a lot about it. It was sort of straight at him. Disappointing again, really. You'd have to say that we've been profligate in front of the net. We're going to get Pione off. He's not been good. We're going to try Amiri on that right side. It's not really what we bought him to do, but with Berardi out, we don't have a huge amount of depth on that right side. Here is Nadim Amiri. Lovely ball out to Lamar. We're not going to move him out of the middle. Oh, he should have crossed it. He's looking for the hat-trick, and he slams it into the hoardings behind the goal. Difficult to know what to do. We'd probably be happy with the point. I'm going to take off Vlasic and get Sigurdsson out left side. I'm tempted to move up a little, just try it. We've got 5 minutes. I can't see us losing, but I'll probably be regretting that in a moment. and that's probably going to be game. I think we can be justifiably but just Trippier's picked up a knock as well, so that's going to be something to consider for the next game. That was an exciting game, certainly, but it certainly was not how I expected it to go. I mean, if you look at that, that's an absolute mauling. They'll be celebrating that all night long. Three shots on target they had. I can get away with it now. 2-2 the game, despite the fact that we absolutely battered them into submission. They should be out of the group stage at this point. You can see there, they must have lost their first game, or drew rather. No, they drew against us. They lost to Krasnodar. So, yeah, I think it's home that, the Iduna Park played a factor perhaps. Maybe that was the reason why. But we certainly deserved to win the game. We absolutely battered them. No danger in that. We've got Burnley next, so they're pretty good. That's actually my birthday. Presents, if you're interested. That's my birthday. It's not 2020 now, is it? It's 2017, but the 3rd of October 2017, that's also my birthday. Same every year, like most people. Where should we come back? I think we'll come back. I think we're tired of seeing Man United, to be honest. I mean, my eyes immediately draw to that, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to come back for this Krasnodar away game. They beat Dortmund at their park, so I think this Krasnodar away game, not a common choice, given the games we've got around there, but it is another Champions League tie. Hopefully we can go through the motions against some of the Premier League games. We should beat Burnley, West Ham. Chelsea away could be a tricky one, but we'll do our best. And United at home, always a loss. So we'll come back for that Krasnodar game. I think it should be quite exciting, I reckon. Especially given that draw, it really opens the group up a little bit. So thank you very much for watching today. Do follow me at Knock It Wide on Twitter. Like the video if you've enjoyed and subscribe for more. I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.